It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
You know, read the title. It's the upset specialist in the house, Thomas Boykin.
Yeah. Always and forever. Who, Mr. Mike Jones? Let's go.
And this is 234 Sports Talk. Fellas, let's talk about it.
Let's
Let's
get it.
talk about it.
Let's get it.
All right, fellas, South Carolina, LSU. My goodness, it was a great game. Women went at it on yesterday with South Carolina coming out victorious 79-72 against LSU. But the thing that marred the game, this championship game, was the brawl. And you fellas have probably heard about it, how Kamala Cardoso went in and pushed Flage, and the scuffle ensued from there, and a lot of people were ejected. Somebody came out on the court, fellas. But what really makes me think and wonder about this situation is what Coach Mulkey had to say afterward. When she said what she said, had it been the other Angel Reese, she said it would have been something, she pretty much just alluded that it would have been some problems, some more violence, if you will. So, fellas, what's your thoughts on this?
Number one, as I talked to my illustrious colleague, Mr. Jones, earlier, we did a lot of digging and researching into this game, and we dove deep. And a lot of this could have been stopped just from the way the game was called by the referees that game. A lot of this could have been shut down before it even got this far. When you set a precedence as a referee, as you're going to let them play and not call as many fouls, and you get trash talking, elbows, all that stuff, all that could have been nipped in the bud to stop this from even happening. All this was a build-up to where the one player is walking off and shoves the other player, and then the bigger player comes and shoves her down, and now we got a big nation. When all in fact, if the referees keep this game in check, all you're doing is if once the one player pushes the other, tech, you're out. And we play basketball. But it didn't go that way. So now we got to worry about the ladies, even though they do play with fire, they're trying to win a basketball game. They're trying to win a SEC tournament game, a SEC championship game. They're trying to get in position to get a shot at a number one seed in the NCAA tournament. But there's ways to do that without sending the message physically and having an altercation. As a defending national champ, Kim Mulkey should have did the exact same thing Don Staley did. Play the situation down. This is not a representation of my university or my players. So I deeply apologize for this incident even happening. But instead, she drove to take the low road and say, well, she should have pushed Angel Reese because she's bigger. You don't push somebody when you're 6'8", that small. Ma'am, you're playing a game. You're talking about players that ain't understanding size. They're understanding the situation. They're understanding that, hey, this girl pushed me, I got to push back. Now you got a big melee, and you got one coach that's apologetic and one coach is that's taking the low road. So what was learned in this situation, Don Staley took the high road. We applaud that. But Kim Mulkey has got a lot of growing to do as a head coach. If that's what's going to come out your mouth, you got a lot of growing to do as a head coach. Because there's no way, as a representative of LSU, you let that come out your mouth. That's just appalling and despicable for a coach. What you got on it, MJ?
Good job, Mr. Thomas Boykins, man. You said it all pretty much. You pretty much echoing everything that I want to say. First of all, I want to say, like you said, The players, man, they playing a very intense game, and refereeing, man, they didn't do the players any justice. I mean, you could watch that first half. There was elbows flying left and right, especially from the bigs down low. You know
Facts.
what I mean? And then you already know, man, the two programs are they kind of edgy towards each other when they play anyway. As a referee, I think you got to do your homework anyway before you sit and referee the game. You sit and see, well, look, what am I looking for in this game that's going, that I can sit and make sure it doesn't create, some problem. And obviously, these referees, they were some young, nice African American women. They refereed, but they did not do a good job of refereeing this game early. It got out of control. There was too much mouth jawing back and forth between star players and everything. And then at the end, when the game seemed like it was kind of out of control, that's when the thing kind of blew up. You got a team that's frustrated and they're taking the frustration out now on physical activity. And then you got other players just not going to let that happen to their teammate, which I get it. You don't let your player get pushed around. Now back to like you said, Thomas, with the coaches taking the high road, and what Jeff was alluding to about Kim Mulkey. Kim Mulkey as a player, but La Tech, I mean, she was a feisty chick when she played. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And she does take that onto the court. The only problem with Mulkey is, man, she does this way too often. She walks out onto the court quite a bit. There's a lot of games that I've watched this past season and last year where she should have been teched and kicked out of the ball game. I
Facts.
don't know why the referees are not allowing her to be kicked off. They're giving her too much respect. You know what I mean? And then now, like you said, she's sitting up here and talking like she a player on the bench. You know what I mean? She should have took the high road, like Thomas said, man, and defuse the whole situation. Don't give the media nothing to sit and bite off on, because that's what the media want. They want some confrontation like that to be put into the media so they can talk about it. Don Staley put it to the end and said, hey, there's nothing there. I'm going to talk to my team. We're going to sit, I apologize, yada, yada, yada. End of it. Mulkey sitting up here telling me, hey, I want my big chick to sit and fight your big chick. Man, what are they doing that as a head coach? You as a grown woman, and you know better than to be doing that type of stuff, Kim Mulkey. So, man, you get donkey of the week as far as I'm concerned.
Man,
And
what you said, Mike Jones, what you said.
yeah, you get donkey of the week, man. You don't be sitting doing that stuff, man, in college, man. These are kids, man. They take from your example, because not only you is their head coach, man, you is also prepping them to see and go into the real world. Because for a lot of those players, you know what, this could be the end of the road for them as far as collegiate sports, and they got to go out there in the real world. So you get pissed off, or somebody, you got to handle the situation a whole lot better. So I did not like how Kim Mulkey sit and handle this situation. And, unfortunately, it happened. But this is what happened in the passion of sports when you compete for championships. But you got to sit as a head coach, still be in control. And when you talk to the media, you still got to be in control.
Absolutely. 100, Mike Jones, 100.
Yeah, fellas, I was really shocked at that when I heard her say that. Uh, you know, she should have put Angel Reese, and I said, wow, did that really come out of her mouth? And I got a lot of respect for Coach Mulkey, man. I think she's a great coach, no doubt, man. Real passionate about the game, passionate about her players. But that was a shocker, man. Just hearing that from somebody, as you said, Mike and Tom, that's supposed to be setting an example. So, yeah, that was a shocker. But
That was just, dude, that's just appalling for me as a basketball savant and love the game. That's not even necessary. That comment should have even never been said.
Yeah, because you lose. Now, if she had won the game, would she have to sit and make that same comment? Maybe. but but still it doesn't come out your mouth. You know what I mean? As a head coach, man, Thomas, like you said, man, the passion of coaching, it comes with a whole lot of respect. I mean, a whole lot of responsibility. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? My kid goes to your school, and then you tell him, well, I wish my son, my daughter, I wish they had to push my son or my daughter. You just don't do that, man.
No,
But she's animated anyway. I mean, how she dressed, how she wear her clothing. I mean, I try not to sit and bring that stuff up, but she draws a lot of attention. But and guys, I could sit and put this thing on so many other levels. What if
dude.
Don Staley had have been that way? You know what? This
Exactly.
thing, this thing would have
Exactly.
really taken off very badly.
Exactly. Exactly. As a head coach, you got to understand that it's sometimes you got to think before you open your mouth. Because once you put it out there, it can get twisted so many ways, and you can't take it back because you initiated this thing.
Yeah.
So come on, you got to think, Kim Oak. You got to think before you speak. It's just the way it is. Your level of responsibility is much greater than what a player's is. I mean, that's upsetting to me. That strikes a nerve with me, man.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was something. Hopefully, she'll come out and issue an apology
She
because
won't, but
we hope so. We hope so. I'm saying we hope so because that was just unprofessional, fellas, and
Very.
you know it. All right, fellas, let's turn our attention to some boxing, man. Some boxing. Mike Tyson is about to step back in the ring with Jake Paul, fellas. The bout will take place July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the Cowboys play. Fellas, what do you think about this fight? And it'll take place on Netflix, and a lot of money is going to exchange hands. But what do you think about this fight? Do you think this is good for Mr. Tyson, or do you think this is a bad situation for Mr. Tyson being 57 years old?
I think it's a bad. I think it's a bad situation for Jake. He's looking to take some shots. I'm trying to tell you, if you think Mike Tyson is still not throwing boxing gloves in his off time to stay in shape, you are mistaken. He is about to find out. He's gonna step in the ring like, Mike is an old guy. He can't throw no punches, and he's gonna rip through his ribs, and he's gonna find out this dude can still go. I'm trying to tell you, this is a bad idea. Mike is gonna be like, well, it is what it is. If he gets me, he gets me. But I'm going out there. If he's got on headgear, I'm trying to tear his head off for real. On a professional level, I'm gonna go out there and we can be cool after, but in this fight, I'm trying to kill him. Straight up. I mean, we see Mike knock people out body shots. Come on, man. Your head ain't the only thing that can get injured in this thing. So, bad idea for Jake, but he gonna find out. What you got on him, Jake?
I like that, man. He said the head ain't the only thing. Hey, man, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it in a couple of different views, man. I think I think I had spoke to guys earlier, and I thought it was a bad idea. But the more I get to sit and thinking about it, uh, you sparked my brain, Mr. Boykins. Now Mike can sit and actually put a whooping on a boy, and it's gonna make all of us cats 56, 55 and over look good. Because now we beating a dude 20-something years old. So that gives us hope. If we go to that restaurant and you get a young punk want to sit and talk about, hey, nah, this is my table, and you think you can still fight, you got a chance. Because Mike showed us that you got a shot. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? For the older guy. But on another stage, looking at it from a different point of view is man, Mike has accomplished so much as far as boxing. And what if he does take a lucky shot from Jake Paul and he knocks him out? You know what I'm saying? All this Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, you know, or has the expectation of Mike Tyson been gone a long time ago? You know what I'm saying? When he lost to Buster Douglas or some other fights thereafter. I mean, do we not see Mike as the same light as we did as Iron Mike? You know what I mean? So that's the thing that concerns me. Because I just want to remember Mike like I remember him back in 86, 87. You know what I mean? That's the Iron Mike. And if some reality show boxer come in and knocks him out, you know, that's not good for Mike. And you know, but and I know, and then you know, some are saying, well, you know, they're doing it for the money, the publicity, and it's a good stunt. You know what I mean? It's reality TV. It's another WWE. You know, it's pay-per-view. Netflix is money, and if that's the case, cool. You know, I'm gonna watch it. You best believe I'm gonna watch it. You know, I'd rather watch that than watch him and Roy Jones. I thought I wanted to watch him and Roy Jones back in the day, but I'm gonna check it out, see what it's about. But you know, man, if they really serious and like Thomas, like you said, if Mike is still as hard as he is, yeah, he probably gonna break some ribs there, big dog.
It's a 30-year difference between these guys as far as age goes.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, 27 years old. Of course, Mike Tyson, 57 years old. But when I look at this, fellas, I think that, you know, I think he kind of took it easy when he fought Roy Jones because, you know, his exhibition. But this right here, I think Mike is going to have something to prove. I think Mike is going to come in there with a whole lot of rage. And I think that, yeah, the kid is going to be wearing headgear from what I'm getting, and wearing 18-ounce gloves. So, I guess they're trying to even the playing field, level it out, even it out.
Gonna matter.
But I still think that Mr. Tyson is going to lay this cat out. I think he's going to lay. I think Jake Paul bit off Monique Chu.
Well, listen, Jeff. I'm gonna say this and Thomas too. You know, Jake Paul been fighting. You know, he's been giving some matches and stuff against different celebrities, some you know UFC fighters, and what Adam Silver or something like that. Am I saying his name correctly?
Oh, the NBA commissioner?
Nah, it ain't. It was something Silver. I can't think of his name,
Anderson
guys. I'm
Silva?
sorry. Who?
And yeah, the MMA
Anderson
guy,
Silva?
maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And but you know, and so but when you do it enough, you start to figure things out as a boxer. Now he went in, Jake Paul went in. Yeah, this was, you know, he probably been boxing, sparring and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm kind of think he's starting to get his feet underneath of him, you know, to where he understands boxing now. Now, do I think he can beat Mike Tyson at this point? I don't know, man. But like I said, he's learned enough to the point now. I think he understands boxing.
But you got to take in consideration one thing when you're talking about this thing. You're talking about a guy that's fought celebrity guys. You're talking about stepping in the ring with a former heavyweight champ. We ain't talking about that somebody that played boxing. That was his living, boxing. This dude is getting ready to get broke up so many ways it ain't gonna be funny.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a question, Thomas. If we can bring George Foreman out of retirement to box you right now, do you
I
think you
ain't
got
gonna
a
fight
shot?
him. I ain't gonna fight him.
Okay,
I
man.
am not gonna fight him.
I
No.
don't think I'm fighting George Foreman either.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
yeah, I agree with you. I understand. I understand where you was going with that, so I had to relate that. Yeah, okay, I get you. I understand. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a difference when you're stepping in the ring with a through and through boxer that knows the game well.
facts.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. What you're saying is absolutely true. There is a possibility of him getting caught with a lucky shot. It happens in boxing.
Yeah.
But the odds of it with Mike and with what's at stake, probably not. He might get hit with a couple good jabs, a couple good rights, but is he gonna be able to withstand a Mike Tyson left hook or a Mike Tyson right body shot?
Well, then too, Tom, I'm gonna say this also, and also Jeff, this too. How serious is Mike gonna take this fight? You know what I'm saying? Is he
That's
gonna
true too.
just
That's
halfway
true too.
train? Is he training like he did back? He was training for a real fight. You know,
See,
because
I don't know the premise to this fight. I don't know if this a fun challenge or is it an actual grudge challenge.
right.
This is an actual fight, fellas.
And listen, and you know, Mike Tyson do sits up there. He has a dispensary. Now, if Mike sitting and smoking every day, Mike getting high every day, smoking weed off his dispensary, and he gonna go in there and he ain't really training. He gonna get beat by Jake Paul. I'm telling you guys.
But I guarantee
Hey,
you
I'm
this:
telling you.
if this is a for real legit fight, I guarantee you Mike is gonna come prepared.
Okay, so that's where we need to see the credibility of this fight.
Yeah, if this is because what Jeff just said, he said this is not a exhibition or a fun fight. This is a fight. If this is a fight, Mike Tyson is gonna kill this dude.
Okay.
Mike Tyson is gonna kill this dude straight up. This thing might not make it out the first round. Because we all know the Mike Tyson of old, if he's still throwing shots like he's throwing shots, he's looking to end you in 1 or 2.
Exactly. And if that's the case, like I said, if it's gonna be like on Netflix, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, this fight should last no longer than 1 or 2 rounds.
Now, I will say this. If it goes beyond that, Jake got a shot because of the age factor and the youth factor. Now, I will say that. But the question is, can you withstand an onslaught for the first 3 rounds of what Mike is going to bring the first 3 rounds?
Yeah. And then not only that, and I'm gonna tell you something else too. With Jake, what he's gonna have to deal with is that what scared a lot of opponents with Mike Tyson was before they even stepped into the ring with Mike Tyson back in the day. Their mindset was that they were scared. They was already fearful. So is Jake mentally prepared to get in the ring with a Mike Tyson?
Yep.
You know,
I don't think. See, right now it ain't mentally sunk in with Jake yet. I don't think it's mentally sunk in yet. But as them days get closer and them fight day get closer, he's like, man, I'm getting ready to fight Mike Tyson. Man, this ain't Will Smith talking about, I think I could beat Mike Tyson. No,
Will Smith.
We about to find out for real.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Could you imagine, hey, guys, could y'all imagine sitting and you decide to fight with Mike Tyson and days, the numbers are coming close, and you sit and say, man, I'm really fighting Mike Tyson.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm getting at.
Wow. Man, is he gonna hit me? He's gonna break my ribs on the first swing.
See, now you get it. Now you get it.
But then look, you gotta hype yourself up. If I can take that first couple blows and hang in there,
I might get go.
Ooh.
But the question is, like you just said, the question is if I can take that shot.
See, I think when Roy Jones fought him, I think he had that mentality too. You know, like, man, I'm fighting Mike Tyson because Roy tell you, man, he was a little skeptical, man. He didn't know if he could hang in there in the first round. He didn't know what to expect with Mike. He didn't get the old Mike. That's the thing. He didn't get the old Mike, and I don't know if it was out of respect or if it was just a celebrity.
Right.
He
wasn't trying to go out there and embarrass.
Yeah, he wasn't trying.
He go out there exhibition boxing, throw a couple good shots, and there you go.
Mike ain't the same Mike no more. That ain't what we saw with Mike back in the 80s. This is not that Mike no more. Mike gonna hold you up if he hit you hard enough.
I think this fight is gonna bring back the old ferocious Mike Tyson for at least a round or two.
You think so?
I think it's gonna bring out the old ferocious Mike for at least the first 2 rounds.
Why?
Because I think this dude is gonna come out. Because if I'm Jake, I know what I'm doing the first 2 rounds. The first thing I'm doing is staying away from him as much as I can stay away from. Because if he gets Jake in a corner, it's over.
Nah, see, Thomas, I beg the difference. See, if I'm Jake, I'm coming in. I'm coming in and saying, look, dude, you done messed up, man. You done messed with some young blood, and I'm finna punish you. I'm gonna make you quit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jake got the upper hand here.
What's that Mike Tyson? Hey, what's that Mike Tyson said? Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
Man, you took the words right out of my mouth, Mr. Boykin. It sounded good. It sounded good.
Now I'm telling you guys, Jake got a shot.
It sounded real good.
What's that Red Fox said?
I think everybody got a shot.
Hey, what's that Red Fox said on the comedy? Said he got a shot in his butt.
Hey, I feel you on that with Mike Jones. Everybody got a shot, man, and we really don't know.
Everybody got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, definitely. That's all it takes, man. Yeah, that's all it takes.
I can agree wholeheartedly, but in this situation, well,
listen, when is that fight, Jeff?
July 20th.
When we come back on this show after July the 20th, y'all gonna be like, Mike told us so back in March. He told us so. You heard it here first.
But what are we gonna hear it here first if he gets knocked out in the first round?
Okay, well, we may.
I tell you what, Mr. Jones.
I'm gonna tell you guys, listen, Jake is starting to build a good resume, first of all. He's starting to build. Ain't nobody beat him recently. And he just
lost to Tyson Fury's brother.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, but the point is though, he got dealt with by that cat.
Yeah.
That cat gave it to him.
And you know who else want to fight Jake? Cheetah. From the Miami Dolphins.
Cheetah.
Nah, he better stick to playing football.
So what you guys saying
Say it again, Jeff Jones. Say it again, Jeff Jones.
He better stick to playing football. He gonna be like Nate Robinson. You see what happened to Nate Robinson?
Sleep. Got put to sleep.
So what you guys saying is Jake is good enough to beat athletes in any other sport, but if they are in an actual boxing profession, he's gonna lose, or he's subject to lose. Is that what you guys tell me?
It depends on who he picks to fight. It depends on who he picks to fight. This right here now, as I say, he done went out of his league. Yeah. Tyson may be 57, man, but he still got power. he still got knowledge. He still got the skills, man. If you watch him train, he still got those skills, man.
Like I said,
That doesn't go away. You don't lose that. It's like riding a bike. You may not be as fast, but this guy still is good enough to, in my opinion, to lay Jake Paul out on that canvas.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, what's that Melo used to do?
It's in there.
Up here, bro. Up here.
It's in there. All right, fellas, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. And hey, if you right, Mr. Jones, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna tell you too. We're gonna say you was right, Mike Jones.
All day. I'll eat it all day.
Now, I want y'all to buy me. I want y'all to buy me a dinner, a steak dinner.
Hey, if you right, Mr. Jones, we want you to say, you know what, guys, y'all was right. If we right, and if you right, we'll say, Mr. Jones, you know what, man, Mike Jones, you was right. We was wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, fellas, let's turn our attention, man, to some NFL news. Man, I'm telling you, it's been going crazy in the NFL.
Man, woo.
All day long. We know Mr. Russell Wilson is now signing with Thomas's Pittsburgh Steelers on veterans contract, $1.2 million. We know that Baker Mayfield re-signed with the Buccaneers, 3 years, $100 million.
Did he get?
And Saquon, this is what really made me open my eyes wide when I heard this. Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles, Mike Jones's Philadelphia Eagles. Fellas, there's a lot of things going on. I'll tell you, Josh Jacobs to the Green Bay Packers. Packers release my man, Aaron Jones. Hate to see him go. Fellas, a lot of things going on. Tony Pollard signed with the Tennessee Titans. 3 years, $24 million. The Bears signed DeAndre Swift to a 3-year, $24 million contract. A lot of things are going on. And Derrick Henry has yet to be to find a team. Fellas, as we look at everything that's going on in the NFL, what do you guys think about this? What's the good? What's the bad? What's the ugly in this?
I'll tell you what, another one that you missed that you didn't mention was Kirk Cousins going to the
Kirk Cousins. Yes, sir. Atlanta Falcons.
And so now we're looking at Kirk going to an Atlanta squad that's, as Mike Jones said to us in previous statements, on the rise, which they are. They're on the rise. They needed better quarterback play. They're supposedly, with Kirk Cousins getting better quarterback play, quote, quote. But again, I treat Kirk Cousins like I treat Dak Prescott. He's good for the regular season. He's no good for the postseason. He's trash in the postseason. He ain't showed me nothing in postseason. Yeah. My Steelers getting Russell, getting Russ for a year for 1.2, but still getting 39 from the Broncos. And we play the Broncos this year. Go figure. But I think Russ gives us a puncher's chance at winning the AFC. Now, you're talking about a guy that has won a Super Bowl, that has playoff experience, that's been to a couple of Super Bowls, that know what it takes to win it. Now, can he transfer that leadership into the offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers? We'll wait and see if that happens. The stupidest move in football done by the New York Football Giants. The stupidest move in football. Why would you send Saquon Barkley into your division with somebody you got to play twice? The stupidest move in the man, that was the horriblest football move I've ever seen in my life. And Philly's going, we'll take it. For sure, we'll take it. Now, you're going to look at a New York Giants team that has zero options because Saquon Barkley was their offense. You're talking about a guy that was 95% of their offense. Now, what are you going to do? Now you're back to square zero. You have no running game. You barely got wide receivers. Your quarterback is maybe. So where are you going to go? What are you going to do? That's just bananas to me. Green Bay's pick, I think, will be, even though they're losing Jones, I still think they'll still be really good. I think the Packers will still be really, really good. They're going to be a team that's going to be in the mix for a few years coming. They're going to be a team that you're going to have to reckon with. Them and the Detroit Lions are going to be a team that you're going to have to face and deal with, and they're not going to go away easily. There's just a lot compounded in. Are we going to see Buffalo's main wide receiver leave? That's another question. One of Cincinnati's receivers wants out of Cincinnati. What's that going to do? And ears have it that if he leaves, of all people, the Kansas City Chiefs are looking at him. Now, if the Chiefs get this guy, we're looking at a for sure three-peat. Because now you're looking at, you got at least 3 guys on the field that can catch the ball consistently. Compared to last year where they had 1.5 guys that could catch the ball. So it's just going to be a wide open thing. They got Dak Prescott looking for more money, which I don't think they should give him. But I'm just a person on the sideline. To me, if you're going to ask for more money, I need to see results from what you've done to get that money. You've done good regular season. You've gotten the Cowboys 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins, and getting the playoffs, and the payoff ain't there. It's like getting it all hyped up. Like last year when they played the Packers, you're playing at home with a 38 point per game average at home and go home and get sandblasted, which means they got work to do. And it ain't just offense, it's defense too. Because if I'm Green Bay, I'm licking my chops. I got to play the Cowboys. They can't stop the run. I can run this down their throat and then set up love for later. Same way with the 49ers. I can manhandle these cats up front. Ain't nothing they can do. Michael Parsons ain't going to be everywhere. We don't figure out how to zero Michael Parsons out. What are you going to do? So, I mean, this is just going to be a real test of free agents and draft picks that's coming up. Because there are going to be some drafts that's going to affect how they pick up free agents and everything else. So we'll just wait and see what happens. What you got on it, MJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna say first and foremost, guys, if you are Club Shay Shay, if you are Stephen A. Smith, you are ESPN First Take, NFL in the morning, please do not take our guy, Mr. Thomas Boykins, man, because he is very valuable to us, and he definitely gives us the 411 for real, dude. Yes, I just wanted to sit up there and let people know, man, this guy is valuable to us, man. But on a better note, man, I mean, on my note, I'm gonna say, man, I think as far as the running backs, I think the domino is starting to fall. You know what I'm saying, Jeff? Like you said, there's I did not know Tony Pollard went to you said the Titans,
Tennessee Titans, yes sir.
I did not know this. So that lets you know Derrick Henry is gonna be going somewhere. And you know, and FYI, here in Nashville, we know that Derrick Henry has sold a home and he has bought a home in the state of Texas which is Dallas, the city of Dallas. So, there's going to be some more dominoes to fall, but we're seeing some good running backs moving across the board. So we're seeing running backs move across the board, and we're seeing one quarterback move here and there. So I think maybe tomorrow or later on this week, we probably, once that domino starts to fall with the quarterbacks, you're going to see a whole. I think they're going to go in segments like that. I think running backs, then you're going to see a segment of quarterbacks, then you're going to see wide receiver. Because, like I said, we haven't seen Justin Fields. We haven't, as far as quarterback, we haven't seen Justin Fields move. There's a lot of Ryan Tannehill. There's a bunch of quarterbacks that's getting ready to move ship. They finna get shipped out and everything else. Wide receivers getting ready to shipped out, and I don't know. They might be the last of the crew to get shipped out. And of course, you got to sit there and you got to think about linemen and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm a owner, a general manager, or whatever I am. Man, the first thing I'm doing is trying to establish me some offensive and defensive tackles, some edge rushers and stuff like that. Some we've seen Kevin Byers got cut by the Philadelphia Eagles. He's with the Chicago Bears on a 2-year contract. So people are starting to pick what they want and stuff like that. But I think quarterbacks is going to be next. I think the big name fishes that are out there, I think they still negotiating those contracts and stuff like that. And then, like Thomas alluded to earlier, you got wide receivers and quarterbacks that's got to figure into this equation as well. So the draft is coming up soon. And do you guys know when the draft is?
I think
because we're in March now, right?
I think the draft is April or May. I think.
Yeah, it's April. It's next month.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. We are going to see a lot of shifting and moving and positioning and getting trying to move up and move back and stuff like that, trying to get into position so they can get their guy. And at the ultimate deal, everybody wants their franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? So you can shift some running backs and this and that to get more cap room and stuff like that. And man, it's like it's like going to the auction, man. Right now, you putting your bid in and you're working out and stuff, and man, this is what's the fun part of the year that I like, guys. I like seeing guys move around. Now I'm starting to really, because now it's not like how it used to be back in the 70s, the 80s and stuff like that, where you knew your guy was gonna be there. Shoot, you might wake up the next morning and you go on social media and your guy's gone. Especially if he's wasn't under contract or he's a free agent and stuff like that.
Right.
So man, and then your team is getting new guys and you guys are like, man, wow, we needed that. Jeff, man, come on, Green Bay. I know you hated for Jones to leave, but guess what? What if Derrick Henry comes there? That's still a positive. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Mr. Thomas still predicts Derrick Henry might can still go to I don't know if you're still predicting that, Thomas, but he can still go to Green Bay. You know what I mean? Or that would be a great pick for Green Bay to
absolutely.
Well, with Josh Jacobs there, fellas, I don't see that happening.
Oh, Josh Jacobs is at Green Bay.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs signed with Green Bay.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's why they let Aaron Jones go. Well, Aaron Jones wanted to get paid. The Packers didn't want to pay Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, he took a pay cut, so he wanted to get paid, and he performed. And I think he deserved it, but they didn't see that, so they brought in Josh Jacobs. They let Aaron Jones walk. But I think Derrick Henry's going to end up with the Cowboys. Truthfully,
what Mike Jones said is facts earlier though. If you pick up Derrick Henry in Green Bay, by the time you get to the fourth quarter, ain't nobody trying to tackle that big dude, man. It's just not happening.
But when you to pay Josh Jacobs, then that's
Josh is, and you pretty much locked in.
And so Green Bay don't have a lot of money to play with.
Right. So then Jones is looking at Jones, I don't know how Jerry Jones think, man, but like I said, your boy, he's an old running back now. Derrick Henry's starting to be old now. Jones, how old is Jones, man?
I'm
Jones
not
is
sure.
still
Jones is
Jones is
not too
still a
old.
I
young.
don't even where did Jones come from anyway? What college? I mean, how long he been in the league? He ain't been in the league that long, right?
No, I don't. I do believe he's not that. I believe he's still a youngster still.
So if you the Cowboys and you trying to win now, if you're trying to win now, I think you would say you would go with a Derrick Henry.
Dude, if they was
But
trying to
if
if they was
Pollard is
trying to
gone,
win now, if they was trying to win now, they'd have went and got Saquon Barkley.
yeah, and then also Thomas back. I'm gonna lose back to you too. See, the Giants are the Giants for a reason. Their record reflects what they're doing. You sit up here and you pay what Daniel Jones is that his name, the quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
pay him all that money, he wasn't worth it. He didn't deserve it. Then the guy that deserves it as a running back, now granted he'd been hurt here and there, but you don't see and address any other needs. So okay, so hopefully, if that's the case, by them trading Barkley, they're gonna get a lot of money and they're gonna fix a whole lot of problem on that offensive line. Because
That
why
ain't
are
gonna
you
happen
paying a
because it's the New
quarterback
York
all
Giants.
these millions? See, and it still don't make sense. Now you done took, like you said, Tom, you done took away the quarterback option. Now you done took away the passing option. Well, the passing option was never there. But Jones, even though you're
Right.
paying him, then you took away Jones. That was your only other option to get some offense. Now that's
Right.
gone. Now what you gonna do?
Right.
And you trade him to a divisional rival.
That makes no sense to me when teams do that. Why would you trade your best player to your division rival? That's
Yeah,
just retarded to me.
yeah. That's the Giants for you these days.
I'm like, come on, y'all didn't think that through all the way.
I don't know, man. And I don't know. I thought maybe, Barker would have been great for the Cowboys.
Dude, I thought Jerry Jones was gonna pay him that money and go get that. Instead of paying that, go get Saquon and boost your running game. But you know what the problem with that is? They'll boost the running game and then don't use it.
Don't use it.
Fellas, let me
Hey,
throw this in there. Aaron Jones is 29 years old. He played at UTEP.
Oh yeah,
okay.
he's still a youngster then.
Now, there's been rumor now that he could possibly go to the Cowboys too.
I can see that.
For them not to use the running game again. Because they
that.
still got yet to use the running game again. They want Dak to run the ball. They want Dak to be almost like Lamar. And Dak is nowhere close.
Well, let me ask you a question. Where did okay, so Josh Jacobs, he came from the Raiders?
Raiders.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
sir.
came from the Raiders.
So the Raiders gonna need a back, right?
Yeah, they're gonna need a running back unless they got something up their sleeve that we don't know about.
Maybe they get Henry.
Maybe.
And maybe Jones go to the Cowboys. But I'm telling you guys, the dude has bought a house out there in Dallas. Derrick Henry has bought a house. He didn't sit and wave goodbye. He didn't gave his deuces to Nashville. He said, I'm headed to Austin, Irving, whatever it is.
Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. I'm headed to Dallas. And they don't get it twisted. I know NFL players live in different cities that they don't even play in, but still,
It's a
I
red
don't know.
flag. I get it. But you never know. You know where he could also wind up if he moved to Texas. He can also wind up in Houston.
Texans.
No, because see, man, that's a division if it's a Tennessee Titans now. You talking about Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he goes to the dude, do you think he would not run inspired against the you think he wouldn't run inspired against the Titans?
Yeah, but I don't think the Titans are as stupid as New York doing that with like they did with the Eagles. Now that's you passing off a back to your rival. Now I can see Jones going to the Texans.
What Johnny Manziel do? Money talk, boy.
Nah, but I can see Jones from Green Bay going to the Texans.
Whoever get him, man, they gonna get a dynamic back. I tell you that, fellas.
You hate it gone, huh, Jeff?
Hate it gone, man.
Question.
It's a Jones thing.
2 J's and a B.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas, it's been a real one, man.
Yes, sir.
234 Sports Talk. We talked about it. Till the next time, you can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us on Instagram. You can catch us on X. We are out, but we want you to like, want you to comment, want you to subscribe. It don't cost you nothing to push that button. We are out of here, fellas. Peace.
Peace.